Welcome back to another GigaWatt video, and today I'm taking you over the best £1,000 gaming PC build for 2016. So make sure to drop a like rating and subscribe. But without any further ado, let's get straight into today's GigaWatt video. So the first question I always get asked, regardless of the build, the price range, etc, is how will this PC perform? This PC will smash the latest AAA titles at 1080 and 1440p, ultra settings, anti-aliasing and textures on high, whilst achieving over 70, 80, 90 and even 100 frames per second. It will do ridiculously well in Minecraft, CSGO, World of Warcraft, League of Legends, achieving over 200 frames per second, even as high as 4K, and will achieve over 60 frames per second at 4K medium to high settings in the latest AAA titles. So without any further ado, I'll take you over the parts list for this build. The CPU I've gone for is the Intel Core i5-6600. It's one of Intel's brand new Skylake CPUs, and it comes out the box at 3.3 GHz. It isn't overclockable, and whilst 3.3 GHz isn't the best clock speed in the world, it certainly isn't bad, and you're not going to see a major performance depreciation as opposed to 3.6 or 3.7 GHz clock speed. The fact that it's got 4 cores makes it compatible with all of the latest AAA titles, and for 155 quid, it's another great value addition to this really BA build. The motherboard I've gone for is a really nice looking one. It doesn't support overclocking, but neither does the CPU, so there really is no need. It's got an LGA 1151 socket, which means it supports all of the new Skylake CPUs right up to the i7-6700K, and supports DDR4 memory, of course. MSI did a great job, and this is their brand new bazooka line of motherboards, and for just £65 it really is another great deal for this build. For the RAM in this build, I went for two 8GB DIMMs of Kingston HyperX Fury Black. Some people say 16 gigs overkill, I don't. I think 16 gigs is going to be the sweet spot in 2016, and a lot of the AAA titles prefer it. So why go for a £500 graphics card and then go and crap it out with 8 gigs of RAM? So the Kingston HyperX Fury Black stuff, you can also get it in white, blue or red, DDR4 2133MHz speed, or you could possibly want for 70 quid. For storage, I went for both an SSD and a hard drive. The SSD was the Kingston SSD Now V300 series, 240GB, 2.5-inch solid state drive. 240GB is more than enough for an operating system, a load of your favourite games, and some documents, some music, and even a couple of movies as well. And for £56, it's a great deal. For the hard drive, I went for a 1TB Seagate Barracuda, 7200 RPM, as fast as hard drives get, and 1000GB capacity gives room for all of your Steam library, any other movies, music, games, because you don't need an SSD for everything, although it certainly helps to have one for boot times and quick loading times for games, etc. And for 35 quid, a nice option for this build. For the video card, I went for the Gigabyte GeForce GTX 980 Ti. It's a 6GB WindForce 3X video card. So let's break that down. The GTX 980 Ti is Nvidia's highest end graphics card aside from the Titan X, and the 980 Ti actually performs very similarly to the Titan X, just with half of the VRAM. The Titan X has got an overkill amount of VRAM anyway, and the 980 Ti really is the logical option to go for. It's got Gigabyte's WindForce 3X cooler on, and without being rude to anybody that supports AMD more than Nvidia, this will crush any of AMD's cards with their small amounts of HBM memory. This card is incredible. Just Google benchmarks of this card and you'll see what I mean. For the case, I went for the Phanteks Enthoo Pro M. It's an ATX mid-tower case, and for 50 quid, it's another great value addition, but also looks incredibly nice. Phanteks do some brilliant cases, and I can say that from my own personal experience. So Phanteks, great job. Keep doing those cases, because 2015 has been a great year for Phanteks and cases. They released their first case in 2015, and from 2014, and from there, it really has taken off. For power supply, I went for the EVGA SuperNOVA NEX 650W 80+ gold certified fully modular ATX power supply. And breathe. But no, seriously, the EVGA SuperNOVA power supplies are great. You can view my review of the EVGA SuperNOVA NEX 750W model in the cards now, and it's fully modular, only plug in what you need. 80+ gold certification means it's going to run super quiet, super efficient. It's got hybrid fan mode, and 650 watts is more than enough. You aren't going to be doing any SLI setups in this build, but for 650 watts for a single graphics card setup is more than enough, with the total power draw of this build only being 416 watts, thanks to that really power efficient Nvidia graphics card. And all for just under £1,000, this really is an incredible build for 4K, 1440p and incredible frame rates at 1080p. If you found this video helpful, drop a like rating, make sure to subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to subscribe as I already said, and we'll see you in the next GigaWatt video.